Hi everyone. I thought it'd be interesting if I started out the new year by answering a few questions that people might have. So I asked my friend to send me some questions that he thinks that people might have, and also asked some people in the group chat as well to send me some questions. And I'll answer them. The questions about myself, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. So let's get started. First question.
Is Quan Tron your real name?
Quan Tron. Quan Tron is not my real name. Quan Tron is a name that I thought of when I was playing NBA 2K, and I tried to think of a name that I could build a backstory behind for my player. If you play NBA 2K, then you know the story. I also use that name in FIFA. It's just a created player name, and I had the email address. Like if you know, the full email address is quantrontrius@gmail.com, and it's just shortened down to Quantron. So Quantron is not my real name. Is not. I don't know how many people are surprised by that, but that's just a name I use online for different things. Question number 2.
Why did you start this channel?
I started this channel because I downloaded shows onto my computer, but I didn't want to watch the shows with my wife on the computer, so I would upload them to YouTube so they can stream onto the TV. I would download the shows, upload them to YouTube so that we can watch the shows on our TV in our living room whenever we wanted to. But in like May or April, the last time I was in the UK, I uploaded 90 Day Fiance for us to watch. And then I saw that people started to watch it and they wanted to watch it more. So I would upload it and I wouldn't list it as private, because before I had like loads of private shows on my YouTube where no one could see them except me. But these ones I listed as public, and people started to watch it and people started to like it. It was just by coincidence that I uploaded it to the Quan Tron channel, or else it would be something else. But that's how I started this YouTube channel. It was just by uploading it. People saw it, people wanted more, and I would upload more. I'd upload more shows that people requested, and then I decided to make a Google Drive. Next question.
Where are you from?
I am from Toronto, Ontario. My whole family's from Barbados, though. My mom was born in Canada, but when she was like 5 months old, she was taken to Barbados by her mom, and she was raised by her grandmother. She came back to Canada with my family when she was 8 months pregnant with me, and then had me a month later. So I was close to being born in Barbados, but I wasn't born in Barbados. I'm from Toronto, born and raised. I went to University of Windsor in Ontario, and then St. Clair College. And I lived in London for a few years, but I'm from Toronto. Toronto is where I call home. Next question.
What is your favorite YouTube channel?
I actually don't know what my favorite YouTube channel is. I'll probably put it here as I'm editing. I'll probably think of what my favorite YouTube channel is. But I love history channels. I love science channels. Anything to do with science or history. I love weird history. Is something that I really, really love. Pitch Meeting is something that I watch whenever there's a new episode out. I really like Ryan George. Funny stuff. I like channels that can teach me things. Next question.
What is your favorite color?
My favorite color is blue. Pretty simple. But I also like combination of colors. So I like blue and black together. Yeah, that's it. I like blue. Next question.
What do you do for a living?
I do digital marketing. Digital marketing and social media management, community building, community management. Yeah, that's what I do for a living. I also do Uber Eats on the side because working from home, you don't get much steps in, right? But because of the pandemic, I couldn't get many steps in. So I would go out at nighttime and I'd listen to a podcast and just walk around the city. And then one day I realized, why don't I just do Uber Eats while I listen to podcasts for like an hour and a half a night, and I can get my 10,000 steps in while making money. So I do Uber Eats. It's like not even part-time. It's like just something that helps me pass the time while I'm walking around and listening to podcasts. That's it. What I want to do though is I want to become a UX designer. I'm currently doing a course to become a UX designer, and I hopefully can do that by the middle of next year. I hope so. Next question.
Do you have any other YouTube channels?
Yes, I have a few other YouTube channels. Some other YouTube channels I have are NBA Highlights for Babies. It's a YouTube channel that I started when my daughter was a baby, and her cousin would listen to the same thing over and over and over and over again. He listened to Wheels on the Bus like so many times. So I said to myself, I don't want to be that parent who is forced to listen to the same childish song over and over again with the same visuals, you know. So I took nursery rhymes and I would put them to basketball highlights. I'll play the clip here so you can see an example of what I mean.
Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, hiding behind the tree.
Jelly, jelly, jelly. K is for keyboard.
But it's like Kobe Bryant, who's my favorite player, R.I.P., Michael Jordan, Russell Westbrook, Carmelo Anthony, Tracy McGrady, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, all done to like children's music so that she can watch them and I can watch them while she's listening to it and learning nursery rhymes. I used to watch basketball highlights with her on my lap, and she really loved Sicko Mode by Travis Scott and Drake, but the song has cursing in it. But it was done to a James Harden highlight, and that made her stop crying all the time. NBA Highlights for Babies, I started that, and for like the first year and a half of her life, if you put on Michael Jordan, Mr. Golden Sun, she'd stop crying no matter what. So I made more, and it's just a channel for her. If I have another child, then they can use that channel too, and hopefully it works for them just the same. But I also have another channel with my personal name on it that has interviews that I've done with basketball influencers in the community, basketball builders around the world and stuff. I don't know. I might put it in this video, but then you guys will know my real name, and I don't know how I feel about that at this point in time. I hope you guys understand. I hope you understand. Next question.
Who is your celebrity lookalike?
So I've been told that I look like Kenan Thompson. I was told that from a young age. I guess when I had shorter hair, you can say that I did. Like people would tag me on Facebook with me and Kenan Thompson in the same picture. And they would say that that's my lookalike. So that's who I think people think I look like. I don't think I look like anybody, but people would tell you that my celebrity lookalike is Kenan Thompson. Next question.
Who is your celebrity crush?
I don't have a celebrity crush now. I think I'm too old to have a celebrity crush. But when I was younger, it was Keke Palmer. I really loved Keke Palmer. And I just thought that she was an amazing actress as well. That was my celebrity crush. What's the next question?
If you had a talk show, who would be your first guest?
If I had a talk show, my first guest would be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, or it would have been Bill Russell, but he passed away. So rest in peace, Bill Russell. Next question.
What are 3 things on your bucket list?
3 things that are on my bucket list is I want to see the pyramids in Egypt. That's something that I really, 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 really want to see. I watched so much documentaries about the pyramids of Egypt and the Sphinx as well. I'm so fascinated and interested by them that I really, really want to see them. I want to fly a plane, not like for a long time, but I just want to fly it for like maybe 20 minutes. Just like be behind the wheel of an airplane and just fly it for a little short period of time. And something I also want to do is I want to create a TV show. I want to create a TV show because I have so many ideas in my mind. The ideas I have, I think, will be great TV shows. One day I'll probably make a video about the TV shows I have in my mind. But I think it'll be great TV shows because I think I have great ideas. Like, no disrespect to the shows that are on TV right now, but a lot of them kind of suck. So I think, yeah, those are the 3 things that are on my bucket list. I want to fly a plane. I definitely want to see the pyramids in Egypt. If you're watching this, and if you own an airplane, and if you live in Egypt, let me fly the plane to Egypt so I can see the pyramids. Like, what are you doing? Let me see the pyramids. But number 1 is pyramids in Egypt. That's something I want to see. I want to see the water erosion marks on the Sphinx that proves that it's not 6,000 years old, that proves that it's at least 12,000 years old. Next question.
What is your favorite sport?
My favorite sport is basketball. I love basketball. I know a lot about basketball. Basketball is an amazing sport. I love everything about how basketball should be played. I used to coach basketball. I saw one of my players today, my former players today. That was great. Made me happy to see him. Love everything about basketball. What's the next question?
What is your favorite team?
My favorite sports team is the Los Angeles Lakers. And they've been my favorite sports team since 1999 when my brother got NBA Live 2000. They're just my favorite team because of Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant has probably always been my favorite player. And right now it's a love-hate relationship with the Lakers because they kind of suck. But they wanted. I can't get into. I can't get into it. But they make me upset. They make me upset with what they do and how they do things and the way they plan to do things in the future. But that's my favorite sports team.
What do you do for fun?
I watch documentaries, listen to podcasts. I take my daughter to the museum, to the park. I watch memes and TikToks and videos like that. Send them to my friends. Yeah, I just do what regular people do, I guess. I really like true crime stuff. So that's something I do for fun now too. I watch a lot of true crime, like murder mystery things. But I watch them late at night. My wife probably wouldn't like that. She'll probably be afraid to watch it with me. So I just watch it by myself. Next question.
What is your pet peeve?
My biggest pet peeve is when people aren't willing to change their opinion with new information, when new information comes to them. So if you believe in one thing and then someone totally disproves that thing and you're not willing to change it, it's just like you're letting your opinion have you instead of you having an opinion. And that's not something that you can do. You need to be able to change your opinion as new information comes to light. And if you so strongly want to believe in this thing that's wrong, just accept the fact that you're stubborn and that you're not the kind of person that wants to change. But don't sit there and be like, "Oh, I'm willing to change. I'm willing to listen to other people's opinions," when you're not, and it's clear that you're not as well. When it's clear that who you are is this person, and you're not going to change, and you're not willing to change. So that's my biggest pet peeve. Next question.
What is an interesting fact about you?
An interesting fact about me is, I don't know if I've ever said this before in any of my other videos. I don't know why I would say it, but now's a good time to say it. I don't really like talking about it though. I'm a cancer survivor. I had leukemia when I was 6 years old. I was diagnosed with leukemia when I was 6 years old. AML, if you know what that is. At the time when I had it, it was a 20% survival rate, but I survived. I was in the hospital from January to June. I did 6 treatments of leukemia. No, I didn't do 6 treatments of leukemia. I did 6 treatments of chemotherapy over that period of time. It was really, really rough. Many kids on my floor who I played with during the day died when I was in the hospital, and then coming out of the hospital, finding out that they had died. I was in grade 1, and there was a space lesson. I love space. Parents took me to the hospital one night, and I thought, okay, once we're done here in the hospital, I'm going to just go back to school, and we're learning about zoo animals because I was in grade 1. I'm going to learn about zoo animals, and everything will be good. I didn't get to go out of the hospital till like mad long, a few weeks or a few months. I had to stay in the hospital, and then they let you go home for a few days in between chemotherapy treatments. But the medication that you're supposed to take once you're out of the hospital, at the time, it was mad expensive. It was like $40 a pill, and you had to take like 6 pills a day. It was free if you were in the hospital, but if you're out of the hospital, then it's like $40 a pill, and you have to take 6 pills a day. So that's like $240. That's a lot of money back in 1999 when I had leukemia. My parents couldn't afford that, so I'd catch a fever, and then we'd have to go back to the hospital, and I'd only get to be home for like a day or two. Canada has free healthcare, but once you leave the hospital, it's not free anymore. You still have to pay for medication. So that's what sucks about that. I spent my 7th birthday in the hospital. I missed the rest of grade 1, obviously. I never went back to school for that school year. I went back in grade 2. But because I was a good student, I didn't have to do over the year because I had known most of the things. But I was really sad that I had missed um, the space section of the school year because I really loved space and I wanted to learn more about it. But my classmates wrote me letters when I was in the hospital. It was just an interesting time in my life. I'll probably make another video about it because I don't want to get too in depth about it because this video is not supposed to be about me as a cancer survivor. It's just supposed to be me answering questions that I think people might have about me. Yeah, so that's it. What's the next question?
Do you have an Instagram or other social media?
Yes, I have Instagram and social media. This Quan Tron doesn't. I have a personal account and I have a business account. Next question.
What is your love language?
This is an interesting question. What is my love language? My love language is words of affirmation. I think I like to be told that I'm doing a good job at something. I like to be told that what you're doing is good, what I'm doing is appreciated. I like hearing nice things about me. And I heard a few days ago that people say that that's because I'm a man and men don't get told enough that they're doing a good job, or physical touch as well. They also say men like physical touch. For me, it's just words of affirmation. If you tell me that I'm doing something good, then I will really like that. Or if you tell me something good about myself. And it's not like a narcissistic thing. It's a thing about sometimes my confidence can be so low. Sometimes I believe these things about myself that I say to myself. So to just hear someone say, those things aren't true, you're actually doing a great job. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for being you. You make me laugh. You're funny. Those things really help me. Those things really help me smile. They make my day a lot of the time. Next question.
What is your sign?
So like I said earlier, I'm born in March. My birthday is March 27th, 1992. So that makes me an Aries. I don't know what that means to whoever's watching this. If you believe in star signs, I don't. Um, if you know anything about star signs, let me know what you think that means about me. I think it means nothing, but let me know if it means something interesting. I'm an Aries. Next question.
What is your favorite album?
It's my favorite album. I actually have a few favorite albums. It's Scarface Greatest Hits. I know I like that album because it was played at an important time in my life when change was happening. My roommate at the time, who also came up with most of these questions, he had the album and he would play it all day while we watched Phineas and Ferb, but we were done school. So it was a time we were living off campus in an apartment. Cheap rent in Windsor. Crazy cheap rent. I wish I still had that place. It was like down so close to the river. I don't know why I never went back there. I don't know why I didn't keep it. But we would watch Phineas and Ferb all day. It would be mad hot outside, and he'd play Scarface Greatest Hits. And that's the first time I really took in Scarface, but he'd just play all day long. And that was like one of the only albums he played. So he left. He left to go back to Toronto, and it was just me in the house for a couple days before I went back as well. And that album was just also being played all the time. I downloaded all the songs off of it. I listened to them. I'd walk around the city. Um, I'd walk around the city listening to those songs and sit by the river listening to those songs. So that album, it takes me back to a certain place when I hear songs off that album. Another album is the Black Album. The Black Album is also another important album in my life because of how instrumental it was in my upbringing. Jay-Z was my older brother's favorite rapper. So that makes him my favorite rapper as well. So the Black Album was his last album, but then he came back and he made more albums. At the time of the release of the Black Album, he said it was his last album. I love that album. My brother asked for it for Christmas in 2003. He got it for Christmas. He played it. And at the time, you could download albums to your Xbox. So, or upload albums to your Xbox. You just put them in, and then all the songs from the album go to the Xbox. And you can listen to the songs while you play different games on the Xbox. We would play Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas, and we would just play the Black Album. I don't know why, but that album also has, it takes me to a certain place whenever I hear like Encore or Allure or Justify My Thug. Like those songs just live with me. The third album that's my favorite album is College Dropout. And there's another backstory because of that. My brother went to play basketball in the States, and I was going to visit him one day. And it was an 11-hour bus ride. It was an 11-hour bus ride from my house to where he was staying in university. So the cab was outside, and I realized I didn't have anything to listen to. I was searching around my living room looking for any album that I could find to put in my CD player. And then I saw the College Dropout. I picked it up. Then I ran outside to the cab. And for 11 hours, plus the cab right there, that's the only album I had. I didn't have an MP3 player at the time, but that was the only album I had for that 11-hour bus ride. And I just listened to every song on it as the bus was going through the different stops in New York City, the New York City Port Authority, waiting for the bus there. That album just, like I said, with the Black Album and Scarface Greatest Hits, it takes me to a certain place when I'm listening to that album, falling asleep on the back of the bus when that album was playing and everyone waking up, everyone looking at me from the back of the bus, the music blaring, running off the bus because it was my stop. I just love that album because of what I lived listening to it. They're also great albums as well, those three albums. So let me know your favorite albums in the comments as well. Any of these questions that you want to answer, please feel free to answer them in the comments. What's the next question?
What's your favorite song?
This is hard. My favorite song changes, but at the time, at this very moment in time, it is probably Hotel Lobby by Takeoff and Quavo.
Let's get it. Hop off a 16, passing the ditch of define. No, that's not a challenger.
I just love Takeoff's part. But I would say one of my favorite songs of all time is probably Smile by Scarface and Tupac, Going Down by Scarface, Mary Jane by Scarface, Spaceship by Kanye West, Heat by 50 Cent. I'm naming a lot of old songs. Don't mind me liking old songs. I like what I like. I like what I like when I was like 13 or 14 years old. Hasn't really changed since then. Yeah, those are some of my favorite songs. Next question.
Who's your favorite artist?
My favorite artist, like I said before, is Jay-Z, Sean Carter. And that's just because of how I was raised. I'm the youngest of four. So I have two older brothers. Both of them love Jay-Z. They bought all of Jay-Z's albums. So Jay-Z was just playing in my house from the time I was probably 6 or 7 years old, because my oldest brother is 8 years older than me. So he had Jay-Z's Hard Knock Life album in my lifetime. He had all these albums, and he also had a CD player that he got for Christmas. So I would just listen to them as well. So by influence, my favorite artist is Jay-Z. Who's your favorite artist? Let me know in the comments. I want to know these things about you guys as well, because I thought that this would be interesting to do. I don't know how interesting it was for you. Let me know stuff about you. If you want to answer these questions, I'll put these questions in the comments, and you can just answer them one by one. I'll read them all. I'll respond to them. And I want you all to have a safe, happy, healthy New Year. This was probably the longest time I've went without uploading a video. I won't do this again. I want to upload more videos. I want to use all the ideas I have on this Google spreadsheet for videos I want to make for this channel. So in 2023, I'm going to try my best to upload as many videos as possible. Sometimes I'm like so ready to upload a video, and I have the computer set up. I have what I'm going to say like laid out, bullet points. And then I make videos at nighttime when my daughter's sleeping. And then sometimes my daughter will just wake up, come out, and she would want to be held for like 20 or 30 minutes. And then it'll be hard to put her down. So then I'll just say, oh, I'll make a video tomorrow night. But today I made a conscious effort to make this video because the past few nights my daughter was sick and I couldn't step away for a couple minutes. Couldn't step away for this long to make a video in a quiet environment. So, but today I made a conscious effort to do that because this is something that I really wanted to do. This is something that I had on my mind for a long time. And I'm glad that I finally made this video. So thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. Thank you so much for everything that you all do. Sometimes I feel like a bad person. I don't know why. Thank you. You all mean so much to me. If you watched till this point, you know what you are. You're a real one, and I have nothing but love for you. Thank you so much, and take care. Merry Christmas. If you had a great Christmas, I hope you did, and I hope you have a safe and healthy New Year once again. Bye.
While I'm feeling out of real bread, she up is out of two shit. Some mine I told to lose it. To my brother we related, that don't mean that we relate. I know Drake enable me that hope, that don't mean that we too late. Funny how I get my body, when my mind starts to fade out. What if they